Guys, deluded, I'm back again. You choose Lucas Durero. Thank you very much for tuning back in. On Sunday, Arsenal travel to Cardiff. So yeah, man, let's preview the game and speak about it. Going into the game, obviously, where do I start? For me anyways, obviously Cardiff is not on the same level as Chelsea away at Stamford Bridge, but we've had one test away from home and we failed it. A bit on top of many other reasons. Our away form was one of the reasons we missed out on top four for another year. So I guess it's a chance to try, I don't want to say put it right, but it's a chance to somewhat show something in it that you're serious with away games and stuff like that. And it gives us a platform to build upon. Obviously, we've got Cardiff in no particular order, including Cardiff. We've got Cardiff, Newcastle, I believe Watford and Everton. So if we need to kind of put a run together and things like that. I'm looking on my laptop now. In fact, we sit 9th. Depending on how results go, we could actually move up to about 6th on goal difference. We need to score a couple against Cardiff and hope Leicester don't get any points. Or we could drop down from 9th and get overtaken by, which I'm looking at it now, Palace, Fulham, Brighton, Wolves, and Manchester United. So yeah, we could drop as low as 14th. And our boys that were playing on Sunday could actually overtake us and accelerate up the table a decent amount. Cardiff sit 15th. They've got 2 draws and 1 loss, similar to us. Their season hasn't started in the best way. But what's scary for Arsenal fans, or me in general, is that when you see teams in a bad bit of form or something's going wrong, typically, when they buck Arsenal, it's time to play against Arsenal, this is the game they turn up. This is the game they forget about that stuff. So we need to be wary. We need to not assume that we're going to turn up there and beat them and things like that. Do I expect to battle Cardiff? I definitely do. Do I expect to win that? I definitely do. Will I be vexed if we don't? I definitely will. But no disrespect to Cardiff. They've got promoted for a reason. Personally, I think Cardiff are going to go back down because I look at their squad. They look like they have one of the weakest. Underwhelming investments in the summer, but they still have people that can trouble us. They've got Bobby Reed, Murphy's been in decent form. They've got people that could trouble us. They might not be the most eye-catching of players, but they've got people that could trouble us. And if I'm the Cardiff manager, out of all the top 6, if there's one side you fancy, it should be Arsenal, because if you get at them, if you have a chance, if the fans at their place, the Cardiff fans get on top of us and give and make Cardiff essentially play with 12 v 11, it can get long for us. So I would fancy their chances if I was Cardiff. So we need to be very wary of that. From 3 games, they've had 2 draws and 1 loss, and they ain't really scored too many goals. So by that logic, they're hungry for a win, so they'll try. But by that, if I put myself in Cardiff's shoes, you always have a chance against Arsenal, broadly speaking. But are you going to try and outplay us for passing or anything like that? No. They're going to be remaining in 2 banks of 4, staying rigid. 10 men, 11 men technically, 10 excluding the keeper behind the ball, 2 banks of 4, defending in low blocks, doubling up on people, frustrating us, making us play side to side. Hopefully we break them down early. That's really what I would hope for. We have to break them down early. In my opinion, the best way that game could go is if we score within the first 10 minutes, because then Cardiff have no choice but to not sit back. If they sit back, we can get more. And you're probably looking at the likes of Aubameyang and Lacazette, if he gets to start, which he should, to get off the mark for the season, because Wells is probably our 3rd, maybe even 4th choice striker to play through the middle, and he's got more goals than you. So we need to improve in that. Obviously, at the time of recording, it's a bit tricky because the window's not closed. It looks like Reece Nelson's completing the move on loan to Hoffenheim. There's even rumours of Lacazette leaving. I don't know if it's true or nonsense, but yeah. I believe their manager is also Neil Warnock. I actually don't like him. I don't know why. Not on a personal thing, but as a football manager, I just feel he's a bit of a whinger. So I'd love to see him on Match of the Day whinging, to be fair. So yeah, man, we need to do our thing, to be fair. We need to win it. We need to. It'd be nice. Obviously, it's Cardiff. I'm not trying to disrespect them, but considering all 3 games we've played so far, we've made it hard work for ourselves for many different reasons. We found ourselves in a losing position at some point in that game, in all 3 of them. We're yet to concede, keep a clean sheet. Obviously, we haven't won away from home, so it's a chance to get the ball rolling for the season of sorts. And whatnot. We need to get points, man. We really need to get points before the Europa League and all the other competitions and all the injuries setting and all of them things. These are the games you need to win. These are the games that a lot of games let us down last year, but these are the games you need to win. And on top of my point earlier about Cardiff fancying us, I believe in no order Cardiff. I got it written down. They got Chelsea, they got us, they got Chelsea, and they've got. I'm so sure they got their buck in another top 6 club very soon. They've got a hard list of fixtures. In fact, let me not do you a lot of disjustice. Let me actually look. Apologies, people. Cardiff fixtures. So yeah, like you can see, people, within the next couple of games, including us, they've got us on Sunday, obviously. The next week they've got Chelsea. Then they've got Manchester City. Burnley's not in good form, so they could get some points against Burnley or try and fancy that game. Then they've got Spurs. Then they've got Fulham. Then they've got Liverpool away. So it's tough. I mean, and the Chelsea and Liverpool games are away, so it's tough. So if you're looking at that, if I'm the manager, I'm honestly saying to these boys, listen, out of all them top 6 sides, the one side I believe we can get is Arsenal. So let's give ourselves something. Let's be fearless. Nobody expects Cardiff to win this, but everyone will write paper headlines calling them heroes if they win and blasting us, quite rightly so, if we lose. So we've got a lot to lose. So to a degree, they should play with no handbrake. We're nowhere near Manchester City's level. You don't need to look at us technically or tactically to get into depth with that, but take a leaf out of Wolves' book. Don't obviously be mature and defend, but don't sit back and respect the side too much. Have a goal so you see what could happen. To be honest, I'm not too sure who played in midweek for Cardiff, but I do believe they played in the Carling Cup and they lost, League Cup, and they lost to Norwich. So again, I don't know on the personnel that played, whether it was fringe players or not, but assuming if it was first team, we've had more rest than them, so we should look fresher. Obviously, what should and what actually happens is two different things, especially to Arsenal. But yeah, do you get what I'm saying? So yeah, man, they've got Bobby Reed, they've got Lang, who I remember once was a promising young player. They've got Bennett, who can put it, Joe Bennett, the left back, who's not afraid to put crosses in. They've got players they've got Arthur, who's got legs in midfield. These players might not be nothing to write home about, but these are players that will work hard, players that will play with a point to prove against us. And yeah, we've got an issue defending crosses as well. A lot of these players will chase down last balls and chase down balls until their legs are gone and their engines are out, especially with the fans behind them. So for me, we need to go into that game, kill the fans in the sense that kill their optimism, kill it. First 10 minutes, kill it. Make that crowd shut up. Score a goal, shut that crowd up, and then pile it on. Because then Cardiff, if we score first, they have to come at us. They have to. Their fans are not going to want them sitting back. They have to come at us. They haven't won in a while. Well, since the Prem started, so they're going to be frustrated. Yeah, they've got 2 draws. Ironically, both of the draws they have, it was playing against 10 men. Raw. But yeah, man, they could and they should be at it. I do believe the only player I'd really take from their side if I was managing a bigger club is probably Manga, the centre half. But we can't underestimate them. We can't not rate them. Obviously, in regards to our fitness personnel, I don't know the status of Nelson. We don't know what we're going for Lacazette. Not Liechtenstein. Leno said he don't know if it will be weeks or months. But he's prepared to remain patient for his chance in the first team. So we don't know in regards to who's going to play. Matteo Guendouzi, I'd like to think he's had enough break now, enough rest. But he looked a bit tired in our game against West Ham. We need to remember he's 19 and things like that. So I don't know if he'll be taken out the side. But if I had to pick my team, people, I'm going 4-2-3-1. I think we can play with a bit of a handbrake off. I do think we need to respect defending, and I would love us to walk away with 3 points in an away game, something that doesn't happen too tough at Arsenal. But checking Leno, give or take. I want to see what Leno's about, because I don't know what's going on at training, but I do think it is a bit concerning that he hasn't played yet, or that Czech, really, if we're being real, he's been decent this year, but he is past it. If he's ahead of you, if it's a manager decision, fair enough, but if he's genuinely ahead of you because he's performing better in training, then there's got to be something wrong. So between Czech and Leno, my educated guess is that it will be Czech, so we'll see.